Hey there, Yuris here, and welcome to Community Life. Here we talk with the amazing humans from the community world about their life journeys and learn from each other. And today we have a conversation with Said Saddouk, the facilitator, multipotentiality, who is a great person to talk to and one of the most creative people I know. So, hello, Said.
Hey Yuri, sounds like you don't know a lot of people if I'm the most creative.
Sounds like I know a lot of people, but sounds like exactly as I and I really love your posts. I love how you approach different things. And I'm not saying that other people are not creative. You just have different approach, and I really like it. And the fun thing that I can Google, so I know how to use Google and I know how to use Wikipedia. And according to Wikipedia, Said is male Arabic given name, which means that good luck, joy, or happy patient. And I wonder, are you a happy, lucky person?
Um, so, yes, I am in general. Um, I'll, there are, as you said, there are different translations of my name, which I knew, of course, before, and I like the joy part. It's about being joyful and having joy and spreading joy. So I think, yeah, my parents chose a great name. They knew what I was coming up with. So yeah,
How do you know that you are a joyful person?
I can laugh about myself, which so and I'm when people say I'm my biggest critique.
Hmm.
So if I can make myself laugh and I can entertain myself. That's where I think, yeah, I'm a joyful person, and I I always have been I don't know if it's the same in English. We say like class clown in German. Back in school, the kid who always make the jokes or always interrupted the class with some silly or stupid things, and I've always been like this. So yeah,
What did teachers tell you?
most of the time to shut up. But I was also I was also a good student with not a lot of effort. So I just had something things I'm interested in. I've always been good good at. Yeah, but I knew I could be annoying from time to time because yeah, when you do all the silent work and focus on things, didn't like that. I like to do my work and chat with my neighbor or entertain the class.
Yeah, because it's so fun, like it's just not that interesting, like silently do the stuff. It's like always, yeah. And were there any things that you didn't like at school, or you were just good in every piece of knowledge, let's say?
So what the other way around, I always this is science, for example. So in general, math, I've always been good in math, and I liked it.
Hmm.
So it's I don't know why, but the people have different interests, and I liked just the nature of math itself, physics, biology, a little bit of chemistry. So all this part of the spectrum. I always liked English. My favorite third language is my third language. And then there were other things I didn't enjoy at all. I am Moroccan, so people
Mhm.
assume I should speak French. I was born in Morocco. I live in Germany now for, I have to count, like 36 years. However, French is the second or third language in the official, one of the official languages in my home country. And when I talk with people, they always say, "Oh, you must speak French." No, I never went to school in Morocco, so they learn it in the third grade or something. So really, really early. So how should I know? But I thought, okay, maybe I should learn English, French in school. You could choose it in ninth grade.
Hmm.
I cannot remember. No, it was in seventh grade. You choose in seventh grade, and it's 4 years of French. I was so bad at it. I'm still bad. I don't know. It doesn't resonate with me, the whole language. Although I have family in Belgium and France, and I know people who speak French, but not my language. Yeah, this I think this was the one I didn't like the most, and also German. So not the language itself. I mean the class. Because okay, I already speak German, and then we don't talk about. I don't know. German is a complicated language by nature if you compare it to others, and I always find it so boring because we were talking about, I don't know, you talk about books and you talk about I don't know, like poetry and things. I will never need this again. So if I want to, and it didn't help me till now. So if I know all the poets and all the I don't know, did never helped me in life. Oh, I remember that one time when we spoke about a poem so and so. And this is just the little thing when it's not that I'm not good at it. Of course, I speak perfect German and always had good grades, but things that do not interest me or my brain or are not fun or challenging and boring, and I start to lose interest in these things. So yeah.
Still, you have to go have a good grades, and all the stuff because, like, yeah, you have to learn well, you have to be a great student, you have to do all this stuff. So, how did you deal when you got bored about something?
Um, I'm, I mean, I knew I'm still good at it.
Ah, okay, it
So,
works.
so yeah, it worked out fine. So it doesn't have to be. In German, we have like grades. It's 1 is the best and 6 is the worst, from like A to F in other systems. And if I have a B or a 2 or a 3, it's totally fine. I don't need to. I mean, it wasn't worth the effort to put so much time of my life in it just to get a half of a grade better in it. I know I speak German and I know other things. I understand them. I don't have to prove myself and have a nice grade. Overall, all fine. And there are other things like sports, for example. Never been a sports person. Didn't really like it in school. I couldn't see what's the point of it. I mean, if you have like if you're ever in like job interview. Nobody ever looked at like, oh, you had like a 4 or a D in swimming. No, you don't get this job. Never ever did anybody say something like this. What does it prove that I can jump high or that I can throw a ball somewhere? Even if I want to become a professional athlete, nobody will look at this. It's such a waste of time, and also I didn't like the concept of it because not everybody is a sports person. I mean, there's things you can learn. You can learn math if you're a little bit chubby, if you're smaller than the rest, if you, I don't know, have other things. It's hard to work on yourself to get better in sports or in swimming. So it's kind of unfair. So I took it just as, okay, I don't have to learn anything for this. I'm here. We're having fun. We're throwing balls around and playing soccer or football or basketball or whatever the topic of the week is. And then it's fine. It's more of a break from the rest of studying. So
It's so fun that you were talking about grades because I don't even know. First of all, I don't know where is my diploma. And secondly, nobody ever asked me about any grades that I've ever received. And when you are growing up, when you are like going to school and to university, they tell you like, you have to learn well because based on your diploma, you will receive job and all the stuff. And I was like, yeah, I have to learn well. And then, the first interview, I'm waiting like, okay, they will ask me. Nobody asking. People, what are you doing? Why don't you asking about my diploma?
I think things like this help in the beginning. So when you're fresh out of school, fresh out of university, college, or whatever you did in the past, it helps to get your first job because there is no work experience in between school and having your first job. So there is something, I mean, company has to rely on. And if it's okay, he was good at school, it means discipline. It doesn't matter if you're good in chemistry. It's maybe something about, okay, he took it serious and so on and so on. And I think that helps. But if you are in any industry for 5 years, for 10 years, for 30 years, I think the work experience you had in the past, which companies did you work with, what were your roles, how did you develop, these are the important things. And again, it really doesn't matter how good you were at swimming in 4th grade. Nobody will And if they ask, you should just stand up and go because there's something wrong with this company. If they judge you by how how high you could jump in fourth grade, so
It's so weird. What is the first and funniest memory of your school times that comes to your mind right now?
oh my God, no, because I have something in my brain. I'm not sure if it's appropriate to share on screen. It was not fun, but I remember I would try to find the best words for a podcast. Um, I remember the first day of school. It was the first grade, and I know everything is new. It's just a new situation for. I went to school with 6 years, so it was the earliest age you could start. Other kids started at 7. I've always been the smallest, and so on. However, and we had. It's like you have the breakfast break in the morning after the first 2 hours, and then you get milk and drinks. And I wasn't used to it, and I drank milk, and either something was wrong with the milk, or something was wrong with me, or I was just super nervous. And you know when when the bell rings, and then you can go outside and the first I stepped out with my first foot and threw up on the whole schoolyard on my first day of school. And today it's funny because nothing worse happened afterwards. So I didn't get bullied or anything, but this is my what I remember from my first day of school. I don't remember anything else what happened, but this is the thing that stuck with me. So, okay, I don't know what went wrong, but it wasn't a good start.
But I feel like, it's good to have like the worst thing in the beginning. It's
Yeah,
like,
right. That was how worse can it get from here? So you already did the worst thing, or the worst thing happened to you that could happen, and from then on, it's the sky is the limit. You can't go any deeper.
you told that you were the youngest in the school, and I can really relate to the situation. I have a little bit another story because I just didn't go to the first grade. I went to the second grade right away because they just didn't get me to the first grade. It was languages gymnasium in Ukraine. And the fun thing that they showed me some Arabic letters and they asked me to remember them. I definitely forgot them. I was nervous. And in second grade, we had just a teacher friend of my grandparents. And I was always, till the end of university, I was always the youngest person in the class. And for me, it sucked so much. I wonder what you felt while being a youngest person in the class.
I didn't have any problem with being the youngest. I thought it's a cool thing to be just. I have like 1 year of a head start where everybody was 8.5, and I was I was 6 and a few months, which I never had a problem with that. And of course, this moved on until 13th grade, for example, where I think I finished my school with 18, and I had like a few days left until I get 19, and others already were like 21. So, oh, okay, I have like 2 years left in my life that I can use. My thing was more of I was the smallest. I've always been like, and I'm literally half the size of the others. I grew into this body I have today, and maybe when I was 17, kind of in or after puberty, when I really got overnight like 30 centimeters in 1 year, and all of a sudden, no, people ask me, can you please pick this thing on the top because you're bigger than everybody else. Yeah, just being rather from body size, being smaller than the others. You often get overheard, or people don't see you sometimes
Yeah.
literally because you're just a small little, and always people even thought I was younger than I was. So I looked like I was 12 until ninth grade, maybe. No facial hair, and yeah. So I always was assumed I was very, very young, which people say, yeah, take it as a compliment. I still have it sometimes. Not today, but I realized in the past years when oh, people assume I'm like 21. I say, no, I'm 40 nearly. I'm 39 now, so stop it. It's not a compliment anymore if you call. When you're, I don't know, when you're 27 and
Yeah.
people say, oh, you're 22, so yeah, maybe it's a compliment and I still look young. But I'm I have half of my life already checked off. If people assume I'm 19 or 20, I don't know.
And you still look
If they,
young, you know? Yeah. So just deal with it, you know?
I take it with with humor, of course, like everything in life, and that's also why I don't shave a lot. I really don't remember when the last time I really shaved my face. It must have been 5 years, 6 years. So just trimming it because if I actually shave myself, I will look like 12. I know that. Yeah. So when you get asked for when you get asked for your ID somewhere when you buy something, and then can I see your ID because it's you need to be like 18 years in Germany for certain things, and oh my God, I mean I'm 39 and you assuming I'm 17, so what's the point of it? So this is so weird. And of course, often I don't take things too serious. I mean, I don't mean it in a negative way, but I like to wear this in the beginning, just like to enjoy myself and have fun, which adds a little bit to not being this mature or not being seen as mature. When you're always joking around and having fun, maybe it subtracts like 5 years from your real age, and then you have the look of how you look, which also subtracts 5 years from your actual age, and so on. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a really fun experience. And tell me, who is your favorite Avenger?
my f- I'm a fan of all these. I like everything that's around superheroes. So I'm not DC or Marvel. I like everything. I don't know if I have a favorite Avenger, but
Mm-hmm.
from the movies, for example, I like Iron Man or Tony Stark, not because of his superpowers, but that's something that's relatable. I mean, I just yesterday watched something and I said I could be like Iron Man or Batman because all you need is you need to be a billionaire or some people who invest in you, and then you can buy yourself a suit and all the gadgets. So you don't have any natural superpowers, and everybody could be like Iron Man if you have
Yeah.
a few billion dollars. Spare. So that's a good thing. It's not as unrealistic as I don't know, being able to read minds or something would be. So and I like the humor. He has a certain humor in the movies and also outside of the movies. If you watch interviews or panel talks with him, and I like this irony and sarcasm and this little unexpected things sometimes come out of his mouth he didn't, and this makes me laugh. So I probably one of my favorites. Yeah, and of course there are others that are not Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
but in general like X-Men, I like all of them
Mm.
because there again. It's of course it's fantasy because they have some certain things given to them by nature or whatever the cause is, or by the genomes, which is a fun thing to just think about. Yeah, like there is one Nightcrawler, for example. The one that can disappears here and then pops up somewhere else. Oh yeah, this is fun. I would have a lot of ideas how to use this superpower to just
A lot of
vanish and then
ideas.
pop,
Yeah.
yeah, and then pop up somewhere. So things like this.
I wonder. I just the thought pop up into my mind. I've never seen it. I wonder if somebody could create a series of like X-Men's in real life. For example, like how to use their skills in school or how to use their skills in the office. Like to relate to those superpowers to like real life. I bet it would be fun.
Yes, it sure would. I mean, we all have. some kind of superpowers. Nobody would create a movie around us or about us. Nobody would probably even watch it. But still, I mean, everybody has something that makes him or her unique in her own way. And if you put them together, you have like, a less fancy Avengers. Just-
I can imagine this kind of movie, you know. And okay, one more idea to have in mind. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. And what do you like the most about the Powerpuff Girls?
Um, it's not that I'm a big fan. I'm just these are nowadays. If you want to watch cartoons, I mean, I have nephews and nieces who are small. You don't have to wait for them. I mean, they are there, and then you can watch like 24 hours of Baby Shark, or there is a new thing every week, and things change. Just put on Netflix or Disney Plus, or there are streaming services especially targeted to, or go on YouTube, and you can watch things a whole day. Back in my day, so in the 90s, there are cartoons on Saturday morning, and if you want to watch them all, you have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning to watch them, or on Sunday or the afternoon ones. And these are just the things that stuck with me. All the Cartoon Network comics and series, and I thought they were kind of, I don't know, kind of cute. They had humor back then, and but kids don't understand them. Just like watching The Simpsons as a kid. Yeah, it's funny. Of course, it's funny. But if you watch them as an adult, it's totally different. Now you get all the jokes and all the
It makes
references,
sense.
and yeah, it makes sense. Sometimes you think even this is what children watch. I mean, there are some things that are kind of inappropriate, or they talk about politics, and kids don't know, have no idea what they're talking about. Just funny animated characters. So they're just some of my. That just reminds me of childhood, and also probably the first female superheroes I can remember. I don't even remember what their real superpowers were, but they could fly, they could kick some ass. So
Yeah, it's I feel like it's the main like fly,
yeah,
kick ass. What do you need more?
yeah. What's the difference between them and the Avengers from all the movies? Same concept.
You know, it's fun when you mentioned about like watching those cartoons as children, because I remember when you had this conversation with Lisa Barocca, she told that she was watching South Park when she was a kid, and her grandmother, she didn't understand English, and she was like, "Oh, you're watching cartoons? Yeah, yeah, please go on, watch that." And like, it was crazy experience, but it was really, very fun. And you know, you recently shared about the power of visuals in learning, that it's undeniable. But what about the power of visuals in life?
Visuals in life could be something just like art in general. And I think that's a powerful thing in general and in life. So the thing I was talking about, of course, in learning is how to summarize like key takeaways in a learning session using visuals. You have like a 90 minutes session of learning, and then just having like 3, 4, 5 things, little icons, little drawings, having some little taglines on, and then it's just like a protocol, and you can follow along and you can understand what it's about. So this is giving visual or transferring the meaning of something into a visual. In life, it's probably the other way around. I mean, there are a lot of visuals. Like street signs are visuals. If you see like an arrow on it, oh, you know what it means. It doesn't matter in which country you are, or if you see like a stop sign or something. Okay, this means I have to wait, or something is happening here. I have to pay attention. But in art in general, I think it's the other way around. You see the visual first, and then it's up to you to, okay, what is the story behind it, or what is my story, or how do I understand it, or just inspiration, gives inspiration and maybe stimulates some thoughts about it. So there are just different ways of how visuals can be beneficial to, especially if you don't, if you're somebody who, I don't want to say struggle with reading. I'm just who's not interested in it. So I, for example, I don't read books a lot. Maybe it's one a year, and then just to force myself because I also want to have read a book this year. That's the whole point. But it makes things just easier in in general to have just seeing something and then connecting it in your brain rather than having following like structured words. It's, reading a book is it's just something that's hard for me because I have to focus on the letters and I have to focus on every sentence. And then once I'm not the only one. If you then you go to page 3 and what was page 1 about again? And then okay, imagine reading a comic where you have all the images, only a few lines of text. You can memorize everything. You understand the whole story behind it. You even make up more than you could actually see. But people's brains work differently. Fortunately, of course, everybody has his, as I said, has his superpower or her superpower, how they see things. Yeah, but I don't like to. I rather look at something and then add something to it in my brain. It's just an image, and then I add something to it, which is my own. Whatever it is, it can be something fun, it can be something profound and deep, or I don't know.
Do you share these thoughts that you are adding to your brain, in your brain? Do you share this with people around you, or you just like having them for yourself?
Sometimes I feel the urge to share things. I mean, it's just inner pressure. This has to leave your body, and you have to share it with the world. And
Pressure to share.
Yeah, it's just okay. It wants to get out of my body and out of my brain. It can be, of course, posting something on social media. You mentioned LinkedIn before, or just sharing something with others, of course, in a conversation. But it's not about, okay, I saw this and then I added this and this. It's just starting in the middle. It doesn't matter where it did come from. It's just about, okay, this is something I want to share, and what my inspiration is doesn't always matter. It's just my process of coming up with things, and it can be something simple, something small I saw somewhere, or somebody told me, or however, and then coming up with a story or a punchline or some thoughts which can be serious, of course, but just got inspired by something I saw or I even read, which was not meant to inspire me this way. It has different, but I don't care. I decide how I get inspired and what the outcome of this is.
Did you finish a 100 daily drawings book?
Oh no, I know that you're asking. I have it here beside me. This was not planned, but this is funny because I think it was some post on LinkedIn, and I knew the author and the artist, Holger Niels Pohl, just making some small advertisement, who does very cute drawings. Or I really admire people who can take a pencil and then make 4 strokes. We talked about visuals, right? And then I see something. I see somebody making this pose and thinking about something. Okay, it only took like 4 strokes or 5 or 7 with a pencil. If I want to do it, I have to write like 3 paragraphs to get to the same point. When this is the power of visuals, and I commented on it, and then I got a DM from him, and he told me, I will send you a copy of my book so you can learn, because I want to learn it, but it's really hard for me to just get started. And then I just got this book with a personal, with his, with a little personal drawing for me, and yeah, have fun trying to draw online. And I like the gesture of getting this from somebody from my network more than the book itself. No, that was not the way I wanted to say it. I like it more than the concept of drawing in this case. Oh, this is such a great gesture. I'd rather have it here and look at it for inspiration than actually trying to learn drawing. I try it from time to time. It's very easy. It's like 3-4 steps and you have a little thing. But I haven't finished it yet because I like to create things digitally more. This is my whole point. So creating things in a digital way, it's like some graphics program or some other tools where I do, where I create things. And I just thought, for my mind, it would be maybe more beneficial to just do something similar but offline. You know, it's a different medium. It can be different inspirations. It can be, calms down when you don't have all the distractions and like 20
Yeah.
tabs open. Just tune down the PC. Just have a book and a pencil and a white piece of paper, and then see how it works. I'm impatient. Looks okay what I draw if I follow the instructions, but I want to see improvement much faster. But it's not the way it works. You do it like 10 or 5 minutes a day, and then after a year or after a month, and you feel like, okay, you're comfortable, and you're having a routine, or you build a muscle around how to do things. I'm too impatient to focus, to learn something focused. So step 1, step 2, step 3, I'm rather just, okay, starting somewhere, and then I learn by trying out things. And yeah, maybe for next year, just having like little slots of time where I do this, I don't know, maybe before going to sleep, and then just really taking a pen 5 minutes and just to scribble something, and getting better at it, because everything you learn, I mean, even if this is offline, it's on paper, it can also translate to other things you do, to other things you see, how you appreciate work of others more. And okay, it looks easy, as in it's only 4 strokes. Yeah, but you still have to put a lot of effort into it to get there, where these 4 strokes actually make a little sticky man, and not just look like, I don't know, like scratching around on your notepad. So yeah, never underestimate people who are this kind of creative and who can turn a vision or can turn the thought into an image that I understand. They do
You
it for
know,
me. This here. This is the message, and this is the image. Here we go. Now you have everything you need. It's a great way.
I really like those people who are making things look easy, because when you are creating, let it be the piece of art or the piece of writing or anything that you can create, and like, oh, it's easy, I can do that, and then you're like trying to do that, and like, oh wow, it's not that easy, and it's really very great for me when somebody has such level of mastery, but also they're still making it easier for people to explain, to show, that they're not creating like this huge mystery around, okay, so I have this secret knowledge, nobody has it, and all this stuff. So
Um, it's I think it is easy, but you need the experience first. It's like everything. I mean, driving a car is easy if you're doing it for 10 years and it looks so easy. Yeah, just steering the wheel a little bit and then pushing the pedals. It looks easy. The art is to make it look easy, but you never forget, or you should never forget, how much effort people put into things. It's for every art form. It's for every profession, I think. Yeah, I'm only it only looks so easy to you because I worked hard on it, even if it's conscious or unconscious. But or it's, because I'm doing it for so long, I don't think about it anymore. It's not about, okay, no, I have to do this stroke and then this. No, it's just something that's natural. But everybody, when they start, it doesn't matter what it is. If you play piano, so the first time you're looking where is the key, and then you have like 3 keys you repeat the whole time. And one day, if you do it for 5 years or 10 years or how long it will take, you can have a conversation while playing because, and it looks easy. Yeah, just some keys and then it makes sound. Yeah, but don't never forget how much people, how much experience and hard training, and also sometimes it's not fun. You do it because you have to do it because it's part of the game. Otherwise, you cannot evolve. But one day it will become fun and easy. But I'm far away from this. For some things, for other things, I think I'm already there to make things look easy to others.
You're making so many playful thing and interesting thing that sometimes I feel like you still have this inner child in you, and like having this fun that even though that you are growing up, that you are still have this fun side with you. And I've recently learned that in English people say, "What do you want to be?" But it sounds strange for me. So,
Yeah.
who do you want to be when you grow up?
This is funny. These little things in life that make me laugh because I think the same. Sometimes just for myself. What do I want to be when I grow up? I mean, there are still hopefully a lot more years in our lives where we can achieve something or evolve into something or do something totally new or find a new field or not new interest. I have no idea. Just honestly, it's I the things the thing I want to be in general or to become is something that I'm passionate about, and it can be anything. I
Hmm.
don't I don't care about the topic. I don't know what I will be passionate about in 2025 or 2029. But when it comes, I just hope that it is something that brings me joy, that I'm good at, and which is a circle. If I'm good at something, it's joyful and it's fun. And if it's fun and joyful, I will be automatically good at it. So it's a whole concept, and I cannot tell you what it is. There's so many things we cannot even imagine at the moment. It could be something. It could be something new. It could be something that's always been there, but I never thought about or never tried out. Often, it's just trying out something and then finding the fun in it, and then getting interested and getting good at it, and that's how things evolve. And I
Hmm.
do this in the past with a lot of things I do. Just, let me try this out, and then you look on the clock and it's, I was trying this out now for 4 hours, and it's so fun, and I learned new things. Let me see what I can come up with tomorrow, and how can I make it something professional out of it, or how can I make it bigger, or how can I work on my skills to be more confident, and what else is there? This is just a natural way rather than I want to become this and then I work specifically on it. If it's work, it's hard. So starting with what is fun and what do I enjoy, and then it can become work that does not feel like work.
Yeah. And it sounds that for you to start something is super easy. It's like you see something, you just inspired, and you're like, oh, I want to start it. But do you always stop doing things as fast as you start doing them?
Yeah, sure. Um, but then it's for a reason, hopefully. So the things that I don't think about. I just start something, not because, oh, tomorrow I will start with doing so and so and let's see how it works. That's one thing. The other is just, I didn't even know I was trying something out. Like I said before, I was just playing around, and these other things I stick to because I didn't force myself. It or, was created organically, the whole thing. There are other things. Okay, I have a plan, and I will do this, this, and this, and I will create this, and then I start to get bored because it wasn't. It doesn't tickle me as I wanted or as I imagined it, or It bored me. If I'm getting bored by something, it's a little bit harder to stick to it because then again it feels like work and routine. No, no, I have to
Yeah.
do this because I have to do it for 100 days to become a master. Yeah, it works of course, but it doesn't work for me at the moment. Or I have to overcome the part of the curve where it's okay, and now it's really a habit, and now it's less work, and it don't have to force myself and so on. But reaching this point of from I have to do it to I will do it because I don't think about it, I just do it. I mean that's the part of the curve where that I can struggle with often. And for example, I thought so many times I want to learn programming.
Hmm.
I don't know. There are so many like JavaScript or Python or something. Why? Because I see what can be done with it. I like the creative part.
Mm-hmm.
I have some lines of code, and then there comes something out which is a game or which is something that is useful. Or I create menus and other things and so on. And this would be a great thing for my portfolio, and this is something I should just start. Okay, I will start, and I will watch this masterclass with like 20 hours, and then do 2 hours every day, and so on. I repeated this masterclass like 4 times, the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because after a week, I've totally forgot the simplest things. Yeah, because you have to set a comma somewhere, and then how to design this syntax and so on of these things. This is not for me. I like the outcome. I admire people who can do it, but for myself, it's so much effort to get there, and I'm still not sure if it's not my superpower. Working with little tiny letters on my screen just to create something. I like it more visual from the beginning on. And I gave up on it. And after the fifth try, I just admitted to myself, maybe you are not made for this, and this is okay. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be able to create everything. There are people who are good at it, but maybe they are not as good in things that you are good at, and it's a great combination. If I need a program, I can hire somebody, or I can ask somebody, or I can try little things. But this, no, rather than spending too much time on things like this, rather than giving up, but in a positive way. I'm wasting my time. There are probably other cool things I could
Yeah.
do and still create some great outcome out of them.
I kind of already know what can make you laugh, but what can make you cry?
Oh, um, that's a deep question. Um, if when I can choose, I prefer to laugh rather than
Yeah,
to
exactly.
to cry. Um, Sometimes it's little things that are unexpected. Yeah, of course, I'm not talking about like death and things. These are things that I'm hard for me to deal with. So in general, if it's the own family or relatives, or just in general, this is so. We live in a cruel world,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's things like, like, do you ever have this moment when in a movie? I don't cry at movies. I mean, why should I? I know it's all fiction and stuff, but there are things that makes you emotional. I'm not talking about actually crying, but
Yeah.
it makes you emotional and unexpected. Yeah, this is all CGI, and I will just watch it, and it's a great story and so on. But then, like, for example, I don't know if you watched The Big Bang Theory.
No, no.
Oh, okay. I'm a big fan, and I watched like every episode at least 10 times. So when
Hmm.
I turn it on and I see the first picture, I know the whole story of the whole episode because I watch them so often. I watch them like at least 5 times in German. No, I watch them in English. Sometimes just have it playing because it's on Amazon on the second screen, or listen like a podcast because I know what's happening. I don't have to look at it. However, long story short, the last episode, and then it's a very emotional speech, and I know, okay, it's the last episode, and things will end, and it's 200 some. It's 24 episodes, a season, 12 seasons. So I don't know, 250 or so episode. Okay, this ends here. You know, it's not maybe all about the words themselves, which are very emotional, but okay, this ends. I have so much fun. I learn so much things. It makes me laugh, or sometimes when I feel bored, or I feel, I don't know, want to lift myself up, I just turn it on because I know it will be funny. I already know the jokes, and I will still laugh. And then, okay, this is just an ending and there will be nothing after it. And once there's only 3 minutes left, and then it's over, and it makes me emotional for, I don't know. To me, it's irrational because I know the fictional characters, but still, if you have something that kind of supports you through over years, and, so like 10 years of the same thing, and then it suddenly ends. And other movies also, I know it will be sad, I know, but I still watching this little 5 minutes somewhere in the end, like John Q. If you like the movie with Denzel Washington, if you haven't watched it, just after our talk, go and watch it. A great movie and surprising end. And okay, I'm close to crying, although I know exactly what will happen. I know the movie each time. So yeah, surprises, and when something is meant to be funny or entertaining, and then you have this little twist. That's what I mean by unexpected. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the environment. But then you have this break out of a sudden. You are up here, and then it goes down really, really fast. Yeah, makes me very emotional. If the whole thing is like a drama, for example, yeah, I know this whole thing is a drama. So there is not a lot to unexpected. I know somebody will die or something will happen. So, but if it hits you. Yeah, unexpected, just like in real life. If you didn't expect something sad to happen and then it happens all of a sudden, I think it's worse than if you see it coming. It doesn't matter what it is. If I see it coming, you can prepare yourself for it. Still sad, but it's a different way of sad because you just like have a period of time to however preparing for such things work, but just as that you see it coming.
Do you ever get emotional in front of others?
I don't think so. At least I cannot recall any situations where I really got emotional, and I'm also not angry. For example, I'm rarely angry in front of others. I'm rarely angry by myself. So sometimes there are things that bother me, but I still can find something positive in it, or I can still find this little thing that makes me laugh about it. Because sometimes it's easy. You cannot change it. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's exactly it. I mean, I cannot change what happened or what somebody said or whatever. I cannot change this situation. So how can I make it more pleasant for myself? How can I add my typical little joke to it for myself? I'm not telling everybody, but what can I come up with to make it more comfortable for myself
Yeah.
and calm myself down to not get angry? Because what's the point of getting angry? What's the point of screaming at people? Or it doesn't change anything. I think it makes things worse because then it's just words flying around. You cannot change the outcome of anything. Of course, talking helps in a lot of situations, but sometimes there are things that cannot be changed by words. So it doesn't matter how angry I am. It happened as it happens. Looking forward, looking how to make it better, hopefully for the next time, or how to deal with it. But I always try to stay calm, and if I don't have anything to, I don't need to have an opinion on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I have my opinion, but I don't. There is no. I don't need to share my opinion on everything, politics or other thing. Yeah, what does my opinion change? We have a billion opinions on Facebook already. You don't need mine. I keep it to myself, and it's fine.
Have you seen this cartoon, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe if I see it, can recall it, but not from the description.
Yeah, so just take a look, then I will ask you about your feedback. And what is the backstory of your Lego head cookie jar?
If you are listening only, you cannot see it, but it's this.
Yes.
And I still haven't filled it up. Normally there are cookies in them, but I have to go grocery shopping. I just saw it. I went to a store and I looking for something, something I needed, and then you know how it is. And this looks fun. This would look great on my desk. I don't know what to do with it, but it just looks like a fun thing to own it. I like these little things around me that make me smile. It's not only the Lego head. I also have real Lego somewhere. I stole from my niece and nephew, and other figurines and things that don't make any sense in an adult desk, maybe, but I don't care. Sometimes I just look at it, and then it's funny, and it things that calm me down or make me smile or make me think about something different or make my mind wander, especially when you do a lot on your computer or on your desk, just staring like on your PC the whole time or on your monitor the whole time. I need this little thing around me that I can just look at or play around with, or fidget stuff. You can use or touch and play around with your hands and fingers, just it really calms me down. Little things, and this is not the only one. As I said, I could show you some things, but come on, this is.
Llama, for some reason you are muted. Llama muted you.
I'm sorry. I hit a button. It's not a llama. It's not alpaca. There's a difference. Please Google it.
Yes.
Yeah, these are two different animals. Please, these are the things that make me angry.
How could I? Oh my God.
It's just like confusing a tiger and a lion. These are two different things, but it doesn't make any sense to have something like this. But it's just like art. Which purpose does art have but inspire you and bring you joy and infuse your thoughts with something different, having a little bit of color around.
It's really fun,
It helps. And
Yeah.
Last one, if I may, I'm not looking at you at the moment. Sometimes it's hard to look into the camera the whole time. You know how the Zoom thing works. You look at the screen, but I have on top of my camera, I have one of my favorite figurines, which is Muhammad Ali, a little Funko Pop I bought, I don't know, for 15 euros or so years ago, and I have it on top of my camera. So when I look at the camera, I'm actually looking at him, and just makes me smile again and makes me happy. These little things in life. It doesn't need much to lift up your mood. It's just a little figurine or a little toy. There is a quote. I have to Google it, but something like we don't stop to play because we grow up. We grow up
Because we stopped to
because
play. Yeah.
we start to play something like this. But I think this is so true. It's so it doesn't matter how old I am. People, I said before, people confuse me with a 12-year-old. So why not
Yeah,
playing the game?
let's not disappoint them. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not disappoint them. And yeah. Also, great
So,
conversation starters, by the way. See, you asked me about it for some reason. Others also sometimes do. You know, what's this weird figurine? So, yeah, let's talk about it for 15 minutes. There's a whole story.
it's so fun because I still have these small things in front of me, small chickens. And
Oh,
it's crazy story. It's just my kid, we went to the shop and he just bought it like for some reason and he never used them, but I can see them all the time in front of me and they're so small and fun and yellow and all that. Yeah, it nice, why not? So yes,
this is
I totally get it.
this is the power of visuals. Just seeing something which reminds you of something of the story or how you bought it, how you got it, if it was a present or how you created it with your kids. It's not about the 5 cents of material or about the chicken themselves.
Yeah, it's all about life happening around us. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's all, Said, I really wish to have the sky as a limit to our conversation, but time is a limit. So let's jump to the rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Oh, I hope so.
Order or chaos?
Chaos. Pretty sure.
Real, Real Madrid or Ajax Amsterdam?
I don't care.
What are your favorite color and song?
Color, everything that's warm colors. I don't have a favorite color, but orange, for example, Bordeaux red, something like this. Yellow, like your shirt, for example. So bright things that brighten up your mood just by looking at them. I don't have a favorite song, but I have songs I like to listen to get in the mood for something when I'm trying to be creative, when I'm sad, when I'm happy. And it's a very wide range. It's Arabic, it's Turkish, it's rap from the 90s, it's all German songs, whatever makes me happy in this moment.
If you were a superhero, what superpower would you have?
What I, what which one I would have, but I like not telekinetic, the other one, like mind reading. I think that's just a great thing, or infusing your thoughts into others' brains without having to talk too much. Would work great on Zoom, just sending over your thoughts.
By the way, it's an interesting question if this power works over Zoom.
Yeah, but you asked me, so my would work exclusively
Okay,
over
got it.
Zoom. So
Over Zoom, exclusively over Zoom. Who do you learn from? Just name one person.
one is hard.
Exactly.
I repeated this week alone so often, so I will stick to it. It's Anna Maria Dorgo. You probably know her because she was already on your podcast.
Yeah.
Always inspires me with things that I wasn't prepared to think about because it's not my topic. Learning about community building, about learning and development, about freelancing, about a lot of other things that are not my niche, but that's the point of it. I don't want to learn about things I already know, just expanding my mind, getting new resources to dive into and things.
And name two people who I should definitely reach out to and have this conversation with.
Two people.
A little easier. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I would recommend talking to Edge Koratane. If you want to talk about freelancing and community building, and Tatiana Rodriguez, which
Got
I
it.
got to learn recently and learned a lot from her.
Is there one question that I definitely should have asked you but didn't?
We should have talked more about the difference between alpacas and llamas.
You have a
N-
whole
n-
post on
n-
LinkedIn. I remember. I will definitely add it to the.
one, it's not one. It's I don't know. I have way too much alpaca content on LinkedIn, so there is a lot. but it can be a separate episode next time. To let's talk about why
Just
these are
about
the greatest
alpacas and
animals.
llamas.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's a great idea. Okay. And I'll say it, from the moment I learned about you, it was of Helena's presentation when she showed your mural art. And that moment, I was really inspired by what you're doing. And then it was LinkedIn serendipity how we connected and having different conversations with you, recorded, not recorded, like here and there on LinkedIn. I was like, I don't know, you just inspire me so much. You have such a fun and interesting mindset and totally, as you told about Anna Maria, like totally unusual approach for me. It's really fun. It's really interesting, and I like to learn so much from you. And I really love your sense of humor. And yeah, thank you very much for this conversation because you allowed me to go even a little bit deeper to who Said is, which is like super interesting for me. And I enjoy this conversation very much.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. It was also a lot of fun for me, as always, as every discussion or every little chat we have. It's always fun and inspiring. Thanks a lot.
And see you in the LinkedIn and community world.
See you online.